Alright. Thank you for tuning in into this next fucking little talk that we got going on here. And I apologize for the first one, might be a little muffled, there was just don't worry about it, it's okay. We'll be better on it. So today we're going to cover a couple of things. We're going to cover feelings, we're going to cover guilt, holding on to the guilt, and why we can't escape those fucking feelings, So with feelings, we bottle them up and we just constantly trying to escape them. Usually we feel these type of ways, we don't know why we're feeling depressed and all that, but everything's just right there in the face, just hidden right inside. And usually it's because we don't want to face the guilt that we feel inside for something. Or maybe we're just too scared to see the reality of something else. So we try to escape it, we try to constantly try to find something else to just mask that. Whether it's drugs, whatever. I'm not saying that under the influence you can't still think about it, because you can. Under anything, you can control your mind. As long as you know you have control of that one self, nothing can take you off. You can just enjoy yourself within anything, or you can just let it take you and be controlled. We know what we do. We pretend we don't, and we use excuses. But you know what you do, you know what you are. And if you don't want to face it, that's when you're going to bottle all those feelings. If you're going to not admit to what you did or who you were at that moment, to be able to pass on and realize and maybe cancel out and throw out. It'll make sense to some of you, but we'll go over that. Let's say you just trying to be a better person. Let's say you just, in a relationship, you just, it's simple, something simple, you're cheating, whatever. It's shit that's like every fucking word now. I wonder why. Listen to fucking everything around you, but still. And there's a reason for that too. Now, we'll talk about this whole control system a little later, But for now, we're just talking about feelings. So, let's say you're cheating or something, you just want to be a better person, you don't understand why, you just keep doing the same shit, because you just, sex is another thing that we're going to go over another time, but it brings feelings, and you want to mask those feelings with other feelings, and it's like that loop that I'm talking about. So, by constantly masking the feeling or try to find an excuse or try to find some kind of spark to just change your ways, you're just trying to find something to change your ways, when it's yourself that needs to change you. It's yourself that needs to gear up and change those fucking... You inside are the one that needs to change your fucking gears inside. No one can stick anything inside of you to change your own fucking gears, if it makes sense. So you gotta look within. So now when you look within, that's when the guilt may pop up, that guilt. Whatever the fuck it is, that fear or guilt. And you just don't want to face it. But when you do, you feel that emotion that you don't want to feel. Is that emotion that you might be scared of. That emotion you might not want to face. That emotion that you have to fucking face in order to go over. So now people usually just keep making up stories in their head and try to make other people believe their stories when they just go by it. And they don't admit to themselves, yeah, I'm a cheater. They don't even say that shit to themselves. They don't even, or yeah, I'm this. They just kind of like take that even thought out of their brain. It just doesn't come out of their mouth or their heads. They just try to run away from all that. But once you admit to what it is and how it is at that moment, then you can pass on. Then you can say, but not anymore, from now on. Or from there you can start fucking dissecting. Why? What am I missing? Why do I constantly feel this fucking way? There's one thing that I just keep really wanting more than this. This is just something to kill those feelings. We know what we want inside and how we want it. When we try to deny it in any way, like we're not happy, we just pretend we're happy, or we try to work with it like, oh, well, I'll be happy eventually with this, or whatever, that built up. All this shit, you just gotta admit. And then the guilt might be hard. It's not gonna be easy. To finally feel free from something that's constantly on you since fucking birth. You think it's gonna be easy. People think it's a fucking pop, like a pop in the fucking sky or something, like it's just gonna pop in you. It's gonna be implanted in you. You gotta grow it, but you can fucking lose it. You can easily lose it as soon as your fucking ego and as soon as you fucking whatever you want, however you want to manifest, it comes in instead of reason and understanding and all this fucking collaborating. Very important collaboration, the biggest fucking most important thing of all. But yeah. So now let's say you killed someone, It's a fucking deep one right there. You killed someone at some point, and that's just so haunting you, and you just can't get over it because it's so crazy. But you're not this kind of person. You're not that. But you gotta tell yourself what are you? And so you're not a murderer. But you gotta go back to that time and admit to yourself in that moment in time you were. That's what you became. If it was purpose, if it was an accident, you know yourself if it was an accident. If it's not, you know what you did. But when you realize what you did and you can learn from that, your guilt should go away with everything. It's when you don't realize what you were in that moment. You have to realize it, and it's gonna hurt. And because it might have been a dark moment, you will feel what you were feeling in that moment, and it might not just vibrate with you, and it's just too much to take, too much to handle inside, and it might just almost break you. But you have to go to the point where you're about to break. You might have to even break. In order to be able to rebuild. And then you can take the next step, but never again. This is how I will do from now on. And you can use it as an example. And now, instead of making that some kind of negative, everyone's gonna judge me, use that. Use that for good, as an example of how you learn, and show people how you learn. And what made you realize, and why there was those dark moments, and we're not even done with feelings. Those dark moments, why they built like that? It takes darkness to realize the light. If you weren't brought up in the light, if you weren't brought up by a family that understands, and how, not saying that anyone is better, it's just some people have realized more than others, and depending where you grew up in. Less fortunate families will be harder because they're so focused in bills and all that stuff. But there's a reason for that too, and we'll go over for that. It's all controlled. They need those people right there. They need us, the lower class. That's how they make their money. But we'll go over that some other time. That's how they keep their control. But we can all get out of that. And it's all in the mind. It's all how you vibrate. How you vibrate and how you make others vibrate. You can have a negative vibration where it's just ego, and then you have all those people around you too. It's just with ego that can relate to you. And then at some point you guys will rob each other or maybe get into whatever, but then you connect with those that have some kind of, it's just those little connections. And those connections that we really do have, that are very intimate, whether it's brother, I feel like you're my brother, they're very innocent. They're very innocent. You guys have like some kind of like, and why? Because you guys are just in this nice vibrating level that you guys can connect, and you just want to keep feeding off of that vibration, and you want to spread it. Maybe no one else understands it, and you keep it amongst yourselves. But it's understanding how to get out of that box and, inviting everyone in. And just asking questions. That's a big thing. And we have the internet. We can research what really matters to you, instead of what's going on with someone else that you don't even fucking know, but you think you do because you read off of them, or I don't know. So yeah, I mean, how we're talking about feelings, if you grow up in a family that's constantly worried and there's just chaos, your mind is going to be chaos. So you're going to grow up to be chaos. You're going to feel chaotic. And then when you're in the main public that's not used to that kind of lifestyle, they're going to feel your vibration. You're different. You're vibrating different in the earth. So you're gonna feel off. That's what makes you feel a little different off, because it's just, the way I live, people don't understand. You just like know your own world. People don't understand. You just know that people won't be able to really relate, or you may think they won't be, but you'll be surprised. There's so many of us that need that little like, hey, someone to just say that little, has anyone, just ask questions, not make yourself look ridiculous, you know what I mean? It's not even about that. That's what you just gotta not even worry about. It's just hard. It's gonna be hard, because society is built a certain way. It's built a certain way for it to be hard for us. And we're going to go over that. Not right now. But again, you see anyone, man, like, if you feel like your energy is above someone else, man, don't fucking take that ego on anyone else, man. That lower vibration, they need to be lifted up too. Show them how you fucking do it. Just spark a little bit of your energy, fucking shoot it at them. Just a little like, hey, what's up, what's good? That's all it takes. They'll feel that energy that you just shoot at them. People like to be noticed, that they exist. Because we all feel like we don't. We feel like we don't matter. But when someone, you just can notice something. That's what we always try to be noticed. That's why people try to be so fucking important. We just want to be so noticed, but it's just, we're all here. We just gotta realize we're all here. We just act like we're not. Just realize your worth. You're worth so much you don't even understand. No matter what you did, as long as you realize what you did will never be done again. You shouldn't be holding on to no guilt. It's a fucking lesson, man. I thank you for your years. I thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. Until the next talk, you all have a good day. Be safe.